वसुदेवसुतं देवं
वसुदेवसुतं देवं
कंसचाणूरमर्दनं
कंसचाणूरमर्दनं
देवकी परमानन्दं
देवकी परमानन्दं
कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं
कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं
नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे
नमोऽस्तुते व्यासविशालबुद्धे
पुलारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र
पुल्लारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र
येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णा
येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णा
प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयप्रदीपः
प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयप्रदीपः.
Good afternoon, good morning, good evening from wherever you are joining. We are covering the chapter on meditation, Dhyana Yoga. And at the beginning, the first shloka, it starts off with the meditation, what defines the yogi. Yogi is the one who works, engages himself or herself without expecting the fruits without expecting the reward. That person is a meditator, that person is a sannyasi. Here Sri Krishna equates yogi to sannyasi. It's a framework of our mind. Anashrita karma palam, Sri Bhagavan vacha, anashrita karma palam karyam karma karoti yaha sa sannyasi cha yogi cha na niragni na chakriyaha. Anashrita karma palam. In the context of Mahabharata, Arjuna went into depression just before the war, and Lord Shri Krishna himself had to wake him up. And Dharmaraja, in the first year of the exile itself, he was sort of in depression in the first year of exile, and he went into depression after the war. After the war, what happened when he was very jubilant in Sauptika Parva, when Duryodhana was slain, he was very jubilant, and at last he has become the king. And at that time in the court, one monk came and he said, when Dharmaraja was there and others were there, aren't you ashamed of yourself? It is fie on you. All the Brahmins here, Brahmanas, are criticizing you for causing the destruction. This Dharmaraja, he got very annoyed, very depressed. This monk is saying, how come this killed all the people? Then he thought, what this person has said is right. And there were other Brahmanas were there in the court, and they said, we never told it was wrong. This person, this monk is making it up. And all the Brahmanas, all the saints, they did hunkara, and that person was dropped dead. That person is nothing but a charvaka. And Duryodhana's friend, he came to disturb Yudhishthira's mind. Yudhishthira, after that, it sat in his mind, I am the cause for so much of destruction in the family, and this war should not have happened. He was in deep remorse, and everyone told him, it is not, you have done a right thing and nothing to worry about. And Arjuna said, Bhima said, Vedavyasa said, Krishna said, everyone said, but still he was saying that I am the cause for this so many calamities. It's a calamity within the family. This war should not have happened. And I know you are all on my side, that's why you are saying that nothing wrong was done, but still deep within me I am very agitated, very disturbed. At that time, Vedavyasa tells him a story. He talks about a story of Shanka and Likita. A story of Shanka and Likita. Two brothers were there. Vedavyasa tells Yudhishthira, two brothers, great ascetics. They were living in the forest, doing a lot of sadhana, and these two, Shanka and Likitas, they were close to each other, they were liking each other. And once Likita, the younger brother, went into his brother's house, Shanka, and when he went there, and brother was not there. And he started wandering in his garden, brother's garden, and he saw the trees, fruit trees full of fruits, many fruit trees, and with ripe fruits are hanging down, and he was also feeling a bit hungry. He plucked one fruit and ate, and he ate that one. At that time, his brother Shanka came, and he said, you ate this fruit, did you get the permission? And he started laughing. It is my brother's place, why I had to take permission? And Shanka, elder brother, said, everything belongs to the Supreme Lord. You can't take for granted. Take it for granted and take it for your own use. You cannot do that one. Without permission, if you are taking, that is nothing but stealing. And it has to be punished. And he said, he started laughing, and he thought brother was joking. And brother said, Isha vasi idam, everything belongs to the Lord. Without permission, if you eat, it is thieving, and it has to be punished. And so the younger brother Likita said, tell me what should be the punishment. He said, I am not the right person to give the punishment. Go to the king, and he will give you the appropriate punishment. So he went to the king. And king, when he heard the great saint is coming to his court, he himself went to receive him and welcomed him. And Likita said, I have not come here as a monk now. I am here to plead the guilty, and I want the punishment. And king asked what was the crime. When he mentioned, and king laughed at that one. And forget about this one, I have pardoned you. And he said, no, it is not right. And the Likita insisted upon, had any other citizen in the country thieved, what punishment you would have given, you give the same punishment to me. And king thought for a while, and he said, had the others who would have thieved, I would have chopped off their hands. And the hands, and the same punishment has to be given to you also. And Likita said, please do that one. And king chopped off his hands. Now the Likita went to his elder brother. The king has meted me punishment. Now have all the sin I committed, have they been absolved? The Shanka said, yes, now they have been absolved. Go and take bath and come back. He went to the river to take bath, and he took 3 dips. And when he was, after the dip, his practice, he was giving the tarpana in the water and offering the water. to the deities, and unconsciously he did the same. His hands came back. And he was so joyful and came to his brother. Brother said, "These hands came because of my sadhana. I blessed you, your sins have absolved. I wanted to teach you the message that you can't take things which doesn't belong to you. You can't take it for granted." That is the message. And Likita asked, "Then why you did not give the punishment? You could have given the punishment yourself." He said, "I have to do what is right for me. The king has to do what is right." And he said, "You have to do, the king has to do the right thing." And Vedavyasa says, the Likita and Shanka, so virtuous, even Vedavyasa documents their names in Mahabharata. And the message Vedavyasa said, you being a king, you have to do the right thing. Running away is not the solution. And Bhima asked, what Yudhishthira said, he wanted to become a sannyasi, he wanted to go to the forest. What Arjuna said at the beginning of Bhagavad Gita, Yudhishthira said, I have to become a sannyasi, I will go to the forest. And Bhima asked, what you will do? I will be happy. And Bhima said, by becoming a sannyasi, running away, you won't be happy. Happy, you being a Vedavyasa said, then you being a king, you have to discharge your duty. And that is what Sri Krishna says this one. Anashrita karma palam. Whatever you are doing, and do, discharge the duty. Without any hesitation. Running away, changing the color of the cloth is not the sannyasa. It is not the yoga. You have to do what is right. And yam sanyasimiti prahur.
Yam sanyasimiti prahur.
Yogam tam vidhi pandava.
Yogam tam vidhi pandava.
Nahi sanyasta sankalpo.
Nahi sanyasta sankalpo.
Yogi bhavati kaschana.
Yogi bhavati kaschana.
Aruruksho munir yogam.
Arurukshor munir yogam.
Karma karana uchyate.
Karma karanam uchyate.
Yoga rudasya tasyaiva.
Yoga rudhasya tasyaiva.
Shama karana uchyate.
Shama karanam uchyate.
Yada hi nendriyarteshu.
Yada hi nendriyarteshu.
Na karma svanusajjate.
कर्म स्वनुसज्जते.
Sarva sankalpa sannyasi.
सर्वसंकल्प सन्यासी.
Yoga rudastadochyate.
योगारूढस्तदोच्यते.
Uddare ratmanatmanam.
उत्तरेरात्मनात्मानं.
Na atmanam avasadaye.
न आत्मानं अवसादये.
Atmaiva atmano bandhu.
आत्मैवाह्यात्मनो बन्धुः.
Atmaiva ripuratmanaha.
आत्मैवारिपुरात्मनः.
Bandhuratma atmanastasya.
बन्धुरात्मा आत्मनस्तस्य.
Yenatma atmanajitaha.
येनात्मा आत्मना जितः.
Anatmanastu shatrutve.
अनात्मनस्तु शत्रुत्वे.
Vartaitatmaiva shatruvat.
वर्तैतात्मैव शत्रुवत्.
Jitatmana prashantasya.
जितात्माना प्रशान्तस्य.
Paramatma samahitaha.
परमात्मा समाहितः.
Shitoshna sukhadukeshu.
शीतोष्णा सुखदुःखेषु.
Tata manapamanayoho.
तथा मानापमानयोः.
Jnana vijnana triptatma.
ज्ञानविज्ञानतृप्तात्मा.
Kutasto vijitendriyaha.
कूटस्थो विजितेन्द्रियः.
Yukta ityuchyate yogi.
युक्त इत्युच्यते योगी.
Samaloshtaashmakanchanaha.
समलोष्टाश्मकाञ्चनः.
Suhranmitra udasina.
सुहृन्मित्र मित्र उदासीना
मध्यस्थद्वेषबन्धुषु
मध्यस्था द्वेषबन्धुषु
साधुष्वपि च पापेषु
साधुष्वपि च पापेषु
समबुद्धिर्विशिष्यते
समबुद्धिर्विशिष्यते
योगी युञ्जीत सततम्
योगी युञ्जीत सततम्
आत्मानं रहसि स्थितः
आत्मानं रहसि स्थितः
एकाकी यतचित्तात्मा
एकाकी यतचित्तात्मा
निराशीरपरिग्रहः
निराशीरपरिग्रहः
शुचौ देशे प्रतिष्ठाप्य
शुचौ देशे प्रतिष्ठाप्य
स्थिरम् आसन आत्मनः
स्थिरम् आसनमात्मनः
नात्युच्छ्रितं नातिनीचं
नात्युच्छ्रितं नातिनीचं
चैलाजिनकुशोत्तरम्
चैलाजिनकुशोत्तरम्
तत्रैकाग्रं मनः कृत्वा
तत्रैकाग्रं मनः कृत्वा
यतचित्तेन्द्रियक्रियः
यतचित्तेन्द्रियक्रियः
उपविश्य आसने युञ्जात्
उपविश्य आसने युञ्जात्
योग आत्मा विशुद्धये
योगमात्मा विशुद्धये
समं काय शिरोग्रीवम्
समं काय शिरोग्रीवम्
धारयन् अचलं स्थिरः
धारयन् अचलं स्थिरः
सम्प्रेक्ष्य नासिकाग्रं स्वं
सम्प्रेक्ष्य नासिकाग्रं स्वं
दिशश्च न अवलोकयन्
दिशश्चानवलोकयन्
प्रशान्तात्मा विगतभिः
प्रशान्तात्मा विगतभिः
ब्रह्मचारी व्रते स्थितः
ब्रह्मचारी व्रते स्थितः
मनसंयम्य मच्चित्तो
मनसंयम्य मच्चित्तो
युक्त आसीत मत्परः
युक्त आसीत मत्परः
युञ्जन्नेवं तदा सदात्मानं
युञ्जन्नेवं सदात्मानं
योगी नियत मानसः
योगी नियतमानसः
शान्तिं निर्वाणपरमां
शान्तिं निर्वाणपरमाम्
मत्संस्थादि अधिगच्छति
मत्संस्थामधिगच्छति
नात्यश्नुतस्तु योगोऽस्ति
नात्यश्नतस्तु योगोऽस्ति
न चैकान्त अनश्नतः
न चैकान्तामनश्नतः
न चाति स्वप्नशीलस्य
न चाति स्वप्नशीलस्य
जाग्रतो नैव चार्जुन
जाग्रतो नैव चार्जुन
युक्त आहारविहारस्य
युक्त आहारविहारस्य
युक्तचेष्टस्य कर्मसु
युक्तचेष्टस्य कर्मसु
युक्तस्वप्न अवबोधस्य
युक्तस्वप्नावबोधस्य
योगो भवति दुःखः
योगो भवति दुःखः
युक्त आहार yukta means right food. You have to the food whatever you are eating, it should blend within you. The food it should go, the food whatever every food acts different to the each body. You should not be compelled to eat something. Eat the food which is agreeable to your health. The health you have to just because the food is going waste, not to load it onto the system. Listen to the body whether the food gets assimilated well into the body. You partake that food. Yukta ahara, right food, and the food is a medicine. The medicine should not be our food. The food we have to, when we are eating, it should be like a medicine. It should, when you are eating, such a way that the saliva should be secreted. It should blend with the food when it goes in, so that it gets digested properly. We have 32 teeth. If you count, you hardly see anyone. You can ask any dentist. They hardly come across people having 32 teeth. Though the textbook says 32 teeth, very rarely. Rarely they come across people having 32 teeth. 32 teeth. The 32 teeth, it says, when you chew the food properly so that enough saliva is secreted. Chew the food many times till saliva is secreted. It is given a random the example, for 32 teeth, bite for 32 times. It is said, drink the food and eat the drink. Drink your food means you bite such a way that it becomes like water, and eat it. And when you are drinking, it is not in one gulp. You, like a solid food, little by little, it is good for when you take the drink inside, let the saliva get mixed and eat it. And the therapy for people with obese, every morning drink lukewarm water, little by little, sip and let the saliva mix it with the sip of water and drink it. That helps in burning the fat in the body. The food and food is important, so is also the fasting. We have to give rest to our digestive system, not to load the food all the time. You have to fast once in a fortnight, it is mentioned in the scriptures, and give a rest to your digestive system, so that digestive system gets rekindled. And it says upavishya, this it's langanam paramaushadam. The best food, best treatment is fasting. For any ailment, the best treatment is fasting. And for example, animals, if they are sick, and what they do, they don't eat any food. You can't force the animal to eat. They fast. They know how to fast. If they are not feeling well, they don't eat. But whereas we can keep on eating, whether we are healthy or not, we keep on eating. Observe the fasting. That is why for fasting, Ekadashi is highly recommended. In Shiva Purana also, Shiva tells to Parvati, and na bhokthavyam, on the Ekadashi day, do not eat. And that is even Shiva Purana, Shiva tells this one to Parvati. It is runs through all scriptures, and give a rest. The food is important, so is the fasting. And be a master of your tongue. Yukta ahara viharasya. And not to make friendship with anyone, make friendship with the right person who matches your brain waves, thinking pattern. Yukta viharasya, yukta chestasya karmaso. Not to overwork or underwork. Optimal level, you have to work such a way that your efficiency increases. I will talk about this one in tomorrow's class, and optimal output should come out. Yukta swapna avabodhasya. Swapna means daydreaming. It's dreaming. Some people spend their time in the daytime also daydreaming. I will do that one. When it comes, nothing happens. Only talking. And many yoga teachers also, in the graduation ceremony, they said, I will do that one. And then, and after that nowhere to be seen. Talking is good, but when it comes to implementation, we are only here to impress others. We talk, but when it comes to doing, I am busy. I take all excuses to run away. In the teachers training also, I mentioned Bhagavad Gita shloka. It's hato va prapsyasi swargam jitva va bokshyase mahin tasmat uttishta kaunteya yuddhaya krita nischaya. Make a resolution. I will do. When you make a resolution, I will abide by that one. It is not for the namesake I make the resolution. When I make a resolution, when my resolution is so, it is coming from my heart. When I abide by that one, divine beings come stand besides you to make it happen. When it is not coming from my heart, I want to do a lip service to please the teacher. I do that one. No divine beings will make it happen. One yuddhaya krita nishchaya. Make a firm resolution. I will do that one. When I make a firm resolution, there will be a blessing behind you. All divine beings stay behind, next to you to make sure that it happens. Yuddhaya krita nishchaya. And not today, just daydreaming and talking about, and jagratom. And all the time awake and no taking rest, and awake to the unreal things. Most of our life, we think we are awake, but in fact, 99.99% of the people, they are still asleep. Asleep to the reality. I don't want to face the reality. I'm asleep. I'm happy. It's a pretend that I'm awake, and Shri Krishna says you should know where to get awakened, where to get asleep. Yukta hara viharasya, yukta cheshtasya karmasu, yukta sapna avobodhasya. One who is not following that one, it's for that person, yoga will not help. One who abides by these rules, yoga becomes a boat to sail you across all the problems in life. And how to travel across the ocean of problems. We come across ocean of problems in life. How to sail across? Yoga becomes a boat which will take you across. Yada vinitam chittam atmanyeva vatishtate nispraha sarvakamebhyo yukta ityuchyate tada yatha deepo nivatasto nengate sopama sprita yogino yata chittasya yunjato yoga atmanaha. Like a flame in the lamp, always connected to the wick, always connected to the goal of the life. You become like that. Yogi's mind is like that. Yogi's mind, when he or she makes a sankalpa, never transgress away from that one. So much connected to so much focus is there in the life. Yatadipo nivastasto, where there is no air, and so steady, yogi's mind becomes like that. Yogino yatachittasya yunjato yoga atmanaham. Always connected to the Supreme Lord, always connected to the goal of life. Yatra uparamate chittam niruddham yoga sevaya yatra chaivatmanatmanam pashyan atmani tushyati sukha atyantikam yattad buddhigrahya atindriyam veti yatra na chaivayam stitaschalati tattvataha. Atyantikam sukham, one revels the higher bliss, higher happiness, which beyond the sense, what the senses can give the happiness, that yogi transcends beyond that one, transcends beyond the happiness one derives from the senses by a nice coffee, nice restaurant, or good holiday, or comfortable living, big car, expensive car, big property, whatever sense gives, the yogi gets the even higher happiness, that which senses fail to provide. Yam labdva cha param labam
यं लब्ध्वा चापरं लाभं
मन्यते नादिकं ततः
मन्यतेनाधिकं ततः
यस्मिन् स्थितो न दुःखेन
यस्मिन् स्थितो न दुःखेन
गुरुणापि विचाल्यते.
गुरुणापि विचाल्यते.
When the mind has elevated to such an extent, heaviest of the sorrows also, that yogi is not shaken. Any of the heaviest of the sorrows won't shake that mind. Yogi has transcended beyond. Tam vidya dukkha samyogam
तं विद्या दुःखसंयोगं
viyogam yoga sanjnitam
वियोगं योगसंज्ञितं
sanischayena yoktavyo
सनिश्चयेन योक्तव्यो
yogo nirvinna chetasa.
योगो निर्विण्णचेतसा.
And a new definition of yoga: yoga is not living in sorrow, depressed life. It is not yoga. And anxiety, it is not a yogi's hallmark. Dukkha samyoga viyogam. And moving away from the sorrow, moving away from depression, moving away from anxiety, leading a bubbling with joy. That is a hallmark of a yoga. That is yoga. Sanischayena yoktavyo, and to attain that one, make a firm resolution. I will work towards that one. Sankalpa prabhavan kaman
संकल्पा प्रभवान् कामान्
tyaktva sarvana sheshatah
त्यक्त्वा सर्वान् शेषतः
manasaivedriya gramam
मनसैवेन्द्रियग्रामं
viniyamya samantatah
विनियम्य समन्ततः
shanai shanairuparame
शनैरुपरमेत्
buddhya dhriti grihitaya
बुद्ध्या धृति गृहीतया
atmasamstam manakritva
आत्मसंस्थं मनः कृत्वा
न किञ्चिदपि चिन्तये
न किञ्चिदपि चिन्तये
यतो यतो निश्चरति
यतो यतो निश्चरति
मनश्चञ्चल अस्थिरम्
मनश्चञ्चलमस्थिरम्
ततस्ततो नियम्येतत्
ततस्ततो नियम्येतत्
आत्मन्येव वशं नयेत्.
आत्मन्येवावशं नयेत्.
It is not an overnight process. Practice little by little at a time. Whenever mind slips down, and be aware of that one, and get up. Get up. The pitfall, realize the pitfall where you are going to fall, and realize that one. Prashanta manasam hyenam
प्रशान्तमनसं ह्येनं
yoginam sukha uttamam
योगिनं सुखमुत्तमम्
upaiti shantarajasam
उपैति शान्तरजसं
brahma bhutamakalmasham
ब्रह्मभूतमकल्मषम्
yunjannevam sadatmanam
युञ्जन्नेवं सदात्मानं
yogi vigatakalmashah
योगी विगतकल्मषः
sukena brahma samsparsha
सुखेन ब्रह्म संस्पर्श
atyantam sukhamashnute.
अत्यन्तं सुखमश्नुते.
Ashnute means enjoy. Atyantam sukham, enjoys immense bliss. Sukhena brahma sansparsha, by connecting to the higher possibilities in life. Sada atmanam, and one sheds off the impurities from the mind. Mind, because of the impurities in the mind becomes very restless, very agitated. It cannot stay focused because of the impurities are so heavy in the mind, because of the impurities so heavy in the body, because of the body impurities, I can't sit. mental impurities. I can't stay in one position. My thought jumps from one pursuit to another. And I take all excuses. I have that busy, I am that busy, I am that busy. All excuses. One, Sadatmanam, when the mind is connected to the Supreme Lord, the most purifier, one starts shedding off all the impurities. When the impurities are gone, mind has become no more agitated, no more disturbed. Mind has become calm, and Sukhena Brahma Samsparsha. One realizes the happiness, joy, bliss within Atyantam. One revels within, one enjoys within. Atyantam Sukham Ashnute. And this one, and it's a beautiful words to say, but I haven't experienced that one. Like, suppose you haven't tasted the orange juice, I will say the orange juice is very good, very tasty. How do you define tasty? Very tasty. And how do you, that you haven't tasted the orange juice at all, how do I define the taste? And in the scripture says how it is communicated. Communicated through, you can't understand what I am saying. To communicate, I will say in a negative way. Negative way, I will say, have you tasted coconut juice? If you say yes, orange juice is not like that. Have you tasted coffee? If you say yes, orange juice is not like that. Have you tasted tea? If you say yes, orange juice is not like that. Have you tasted mango juice? If you say yes, orange juice is not like that. And what I can say, what is not, what is, you have to experience. Atyantam Sukha Ashnute, Shri Krishna says, immense joy. What is that one? Is it like buying a Mercedes top class car? That happiness? I will say no. Is it like buying a bungalow in a top location? Is a happiness like that? No. Is it like buying 10 Bitcoin coins and the cryptocurrency? I will say not like that. If it is it like getting $1 million lotto? No, it is beyond that one. What it is, I can explain what I know, but Shri Krishna says, whatever you say, it is beyond that one. You can't put it in words. Atyantam, you have to experience that one. Meditation, it is not a theory. It is not a theory, and it's the nice words are told and you feel good. And have you tasted? I haven't tasted, but talk was good. It is not that one. You have to experience yourself. Sarva Bhuta, Shri Krishna says, and how to do that one? Sarva Bhuta, Atmanam, Sarva Bhutani, Cha, Atmani, Ikshate, Yoga Yuktatma, Sarvatra, Samadarshanaha, Sarva Bhutasta Atmanam, Sarva Bhutani Chatmani, Ikshate Yoga Yuktatma, Sarvatra Samadarshanaha. What is the hallmark of one who has seen? Sarva Bhutasta Atmanam. See the Lord residing in all beings, all humans, irrespective of their denomination, irrespective of the country, all animals, all birds. Look at the Supreme Lord residing in the nature also. and Sarva Bhuta Bhutastha. Stha means he is residing in Atmani. Sarva Bhutastha Atmanam. Every body is residing in that Supreme Lord. Everybody is residing because Supreme Lord pervades everywhere. Everybody is residing in the Supreme Lord. Sarva Bhutani Chatmani. In everyone, the same Supreme Lord is there. Supreme Lord, everyone residing in the Supreme Lord, and in everyone, the same Supreme Lord is residing. Ikshyate means one who sees. Ikshyate, Yoga Yuktatma, one who sees the yoga, through yoga, one who sees the same Lord pervading everywhere, and in everyone same Lord is there. Sarvatra, he sees that same Lord pervading everywhere. So what? And it says, when one sees that one cannot stop serving the community, serving the people wherever possible, whatever capacity possible. Serve, reach out to others, help others, reach out, help, and whatever capacity. If I know yoga, and teach them. If I have some money, give the money. If I have some knowledge, reach out to them. Because you are not giving to anybody, it is a service to the Lord. Service, God is not residing only in the place of worship, in the temple or church or mosque. He is there everywhere. Since He is there everywhere, serving the sick, serving the worn-out people, serving the depressed, serving the anxiety people and impoverished people, and that is the real service to the Supreme Lord. Shri Krishna says, meditation, when one starts getting the joy from within, and one who sees the Supreme Lord pervades everywhere, and everyone is residing in the Supreme Lord, and in everyone Supreme Lord is there. The yogi sees that one. When I am teaching yoga, and some people may say, I am doing so much of service to people. It is not people, I am not doing any service to any people. I am only serving the Lord residing in everyone. And if I think I am helping people, so I haven't understood yoga. And Shri Krishna says, if I think I am helping somebody, I haven't understood the concept of yoga. Whatever I am doing, it is nothing but a service of the Lord. Then the yogi, Shri Krishna says, that is the hallmark of a yogi, hallmark of a meditator. Yo mam pashyati sarvatra,
पश्यति सर्वत्र
सर्वं च मयि पश्यति
सर्वं च मयि पश्यति
तस्याहं न तस्य अहं न प्रणश्यामि न च मेन सच मेन प्रणश्यति यो मां पश्यति सर्वत्र सर्वं च मयि पश्यति तस्याहं न प्रणश्यामि स च मेन प्रणश्यति. One who sees sarvatra yo mam, one who sees me everywhere, and my sarvam cha mai pashyati, one who sees me in everywhere, one who sees me everywhere, and in everyone he sees me. For that person I am never separated, and that person never stays away from me. Tasya aham, for that person, I am never far away. I am right within him. I am within him, and that person sachamena pranashyati, and that person cannot stay away from me. That person abides in me in totality. That person is percolates whatever that he sees me everywhere, in everyone he sees me. For that person is never lost in his or her life. I am there with that person all the time. And that is why that yoga teachers, our yoga teachers, I am urging them, pushing them to serve without any reservation. Many people say, I have to please my wife, I have to please my husband, I can't do. And it says, Sri Krishna says, these are the upadhis, these are the excuses we take to hide out. In fact, we ourselves do not want that one. We are taking them as an excuse. When the will is there, it will happen. I myself do not want to commit myself. And Sri Krishna says, if you want to go into yoga, if you want to dive deep into the sadhana, you see the Lord everywhere, and in everyone see the Lord, and for that person I am never forsaken, and that person never forsakes me. And that person is in the total care of myself. And sarvabhutastitam yo mam bhajatye kattvamastitah sarvabhuta stitam yo mam bhajatye Kattvamastitah sarvata vartamanopi sayogi mayi vartate sarvabhutastitam yo mam bhajatye kattvamastitah sarvata vartamanopi sayogi mayi vartate sarvabhuta stitam yo mam in everyone stitam yo mam and bhajatye, one who sees me in everywhere and serves them, bhajatye kattvamastitah, and I am seeing that person is not serving anyone, instead he is serving me alone through all people, all being, whatever we are doing, that person is worshipping me alone. Sarvata vartamanopi, whatever is the mode of that person's life, whether a rich person, whether a pauper person, whether the high post or a low post, it doesn't matter. Sa yogi mayi vartate, that yogi is always residing in me. And whether very affluent, not affluent, high post, not a high post, employed, not employed, a student or a retired person, doesn't matter. Whatever, one who sees me in everyone and serves wherever possible, that person, whatever is the mode of that life, that person always resides in me. Atma pamyena atmo आत्मौपम्येन
पम्येन
सर्वत्र
सर्वत्र
समं
समं
पश्यति
पश्यति
योऽर्जुन
योऽर्जुन
सुखं
सुखं
वा
वा
यदि
यदि
वा
वा
दुःखं
दुःखं
स योगी
स योगी
परमो मतः
परमो मतः
आत्मपम्येन सर्वत्र
आत्मपम्येन सर्वत्र
समं पश्यति योऽर्जुन
समं पश्यति योऽर्जुन
सुखं वा यदि वा दुःखं
सुखं वा यदि वा दुःखं
स योगी परमो मतः
स योगी परमो मतः
आत्मपम्येन सर्वत्र seeing me everywhere and pashyati Arjuna, one who sees me residing maybe in the ant, the Supreme Lord is there, maybe in the elephant also is there, and in the he is there in Duryodhana also, he is there in Yudhishthira also. Doesn't mean I forsake with the negative things done by Duryodhana, negative people. He is there within Duryodhana, and whatever his quality, Duryodhana's quality, for example, Dushasana in the war, when Bhima knocks him down, and Bhima asks him the question in the war, do you regret pulling the saree of Draupadi in the court? He says, I am not at all regretting. I am so happy. Whatever I have done, with these hands I did myself. He was lying on the ground, but no remorse. And he was saying that one. In the negative people, they want to go further down. The Supreme Lord enables the negative quality to go down. He is there. His job, negative quality, negative people should go further low. And whereas in the Duryodhana also, he said he never regretted whatever he did. Exiling Pandavas, he never regretted. Negative people, Supreme Lord is there in him also, and Supreme Lord is pushing him down to the nether world. And whereas in the Bhimasena, in the spectrum, in the Bhimasena on the top end, in the lowest end is Duryodhana. Bhima took the right decision. Well, it's a good advice to the people, and at that time he was regarded as a great knower of things and highly knowledgeable person. The Supreme Lord is there in Bhimasena also, propelling Bhima to do the good things. Many people, they are coming to yoga. Supreme Lord is residing in them, propelling them to attend yoga, propelling them to attend Bhagavad Gita, to move up. Some people may be very critical of Bhagavad Gita, critical of yoga. Supreme Lord is residing in them and wanting them to go further down. Become whatever my nature is negative, it has to fully expand. He enables that one. One good person, the good soul has to blossom further. Shri Krishna enables that one. Whether one is doing negative or positive, see that it's a Lord is enabling one. How come this person is even despite Shri Krishna telling the Duryodhana why he did not change, and why he did not change means nature is that way. It's a Supreme Lord never changes one's nature. Whatever the bitter God, he never makes into a sweet mango seed. Bitter God's nature, it has to be bitter. Becoming bitter itself is the beauty of bitter gourd. A sweet bitter gourd, nobody likes that one. Yeah, it is too sweet. On the other token, mango fruit so bitter, nobody likes that one. Mango has to be sweet, bitter gourd has to be bitter. And Lord residing in the bitter gourd plant, making the bitter gourd bitter, and he resides in the mango tree, and in the mango fruit he makes the mango sweet. and he is impartial. He is not partial. Why he made mango sweet, bitter gourd bitter? It is the nature. Whatever is the nature, he enables that one. And Sukham, Samam Pashyati, Supreme Lord resides in everyone and enables their nature to get expressed. Sukhena, that person, whether happy or sorrow in life, Sukhena va yadi va dukkham, sa yogi paramo mataha. One who sees this discrimination, it is not the God's fault why bitter gourd is bitter or mango is sweet. It is not, God is not impartial. Many people ask the question, why can't God make everyone a good people? Then it is not, then it is becoming a God is Supreme Lord is partial. Bad people has to be bad, good people has to be become good. That is the case all the time. Bad people becoming good, like it is similar to bitter gourd becoming sweet. How ridiculous! Nobody appreciates. And bad people, and Duryodhana never regretted. I am happy that whatever I did. And Dushasana said, I am happy that whatever I have done in the court, I am very happy. And he did not want to become good, even in the last minute of life. And if he becomes good, it is unnatural. Natural is he has to become bad. And he becoming bad, there is a joy for him. Dushasana, and hearing that one, Duryodhana, Bhimasena broke open his heart and and pulled out his hands. The same hands, he pulled it out. He was happy, and Duryodhana, when he was so happy, Bhima, he broke his thigh. Never regret, and so never say God is, why this is, because what we are, he enables. We want to excel, we want to go up in our life, God enables. I want to go down in my life, I want to associate with negative people, I want to be negative in life, God enables that one. Never blame the God for that one, and it is the God it's He enable, He is the enabler. And Anumanta cha Bharta, in the further it will come in the chapter. Bharta Bhokta Maheshwara Anumanta, he allows us whatever we want to become. He is the enabler. If you want to excel in your life, yes, he is there. He will help you. I want to destroy others, I want to destroy myself, he will enable that one also. And one who sees this one, whether that person in a good time or bad time, good situation, bad situation, one who sees this one, and is a yogi, that yogi is the highest of the yogi. That yogi, paramo mataha. According to me, Sri Krishna says, that yogi has realized. Why it is happening, never blames the God. Why it is happening, not to blame. And why this fan is rotating, why the fan is rotating, my heater is giving the heat. Why? Because the electricity, he is the electricity behind all gadgets. Why my light is there? Light is maybe giving 10 watt out or 40 watt out or 100 watt out. It is not. He is only the electricity behind that one. According to our capacity, he enables. Do not blame the God for the situation. When you understand this one, meditator, then we never will question the God. God is partial. It is why this is happening, and understand he is the enabler. like electricity enables many electrical gadgets at home, whether a microwave or a heater or the fan or air conditioner or a iron box, or according to the instrument he enables. According to the instrument we have, he enables that one. The iron box, when I touch the wrong side, if I get burnt, I can't blame the electricity. It is the electricity sama. It is equally, it is not partial. It has done its job, but do not blame for burning of my hand by touching the iron box. Don't blame the God. One who sees this one is the highest of the yogi, highest of the sannyasi. That person is in meditation. And further, that next week I will touch upon. Arjuna has the question, what you say is great, but it's impractical. I can't practice that one. You are a good talker. I can't practice that one. It is impractical. And Arjuna's question, we'll see what Sri Krishna has to respond. Today's 4 shlokas we'll repeat. Sarvabhutastha atmanam,
सर्वभूतस्तमात्मानं
sarvabhutani chatmani,
सर्वभूतानि चात्मनि
ikshate yoga yuktatma,
ईक्षते योगयुक्तात्मा
sarvatra samadarshanaः,
सर्वत्र समदर्शनः
यो मां पश्यति सर्वत्र,
यो मां पश्यति सर्वत्र
सर्वं च मयि पश्यति,
सर्वं च मयि पश्यति
तस्याहं न प्रणश्यामि,
तस्याहं न प्रणश्यामि
स च मे न प्रणश्यति,
स च मे न प्रणश्यति
सर्वभूतस्थितं यो मां
सर्वभूतस्थितं यो मां
भजत्येकत्वमस्थितः,
भजत्येकत्वमास्थितः
सर्वथा वर्तमानोऽपि
सर्वथा वर्तमानोऽपि
स योगी मयि वर्तते,
स योगी मयि वर्तते
आत्मपम्यैव सर्वत्र,
आत्मौपम्येन सर्वत्र
आत्मोपम्येन सर्वत्र,
आत्मौपम्येन सर्वत्र
समं पश्यति योऽर्जुन,
समं पश्यति योऽर्जुन
सुखं वा यदि वा दुःखं,
सुखं वा यदि वा दुःखं
स योगी परमो मतः,
स योगी परमो मतः
वसुदेवसुतं देवं
वसुदेवसुतं देवं
कंसचाणूरमर्दनं,
कंसचाणूरमर्दनं
देवकी परमानन्दं,
देवकी परमानन्दं
कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं,
कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्